Okay, we're live. Welcome everyone to your WWE WrestleMania 31 official review and results right here on the Wrestling Guys YouTube channel. I hope you guys are doing good. And what a fucking awesome show the WWE brought us. I didn't expect that from the WWE. I thought they're just gonna bring something that's gonna bore us, or because the hype for WrestleMania 31 was very less if you compare it with the hype of WrestleMania 30. However, the show was friggin' awesome. I'm just gonna break down the show. There was a 2-hour kickoff show and a 4-hour main show. And if you followed me on Twitter, you would have known that if you follow me on Twitter, you would know that most of my predictions were right, and what I said on Twitter was right. So, however, the WrestleMania show, the ending was, oh my god, the ending was the best part, the fucking awesomest part of this thing. Like the ending was, yeah, I loved it. However, we're here and we're just gonna discuss WrestleMania now, and I'll just take 30 seconds to publish this link all over my social networks. So just be patient for just 30 seconds. Okay, so we're up. We've just published it on Twitter, and I hope some people are watching it. Let me see the statistics of this video. I hope this is live till now on Google Plus on YouTube. Okay, so we have one viewer. Okay, fine. So this is the Wrestling 31 review and results with the Wrestling Guy, of course. And you guys are openly gonna comment on this thing. This is all yours. The comment section is all yours. You can just go on, comment anything you want, ask me anything you want. This is all yours, and I'll just try to answer every bit of the questions that you guys ask, every of it. So, however, we're just gonna begin the live stream, and we're just gonna start off with the kickoff show. And I would love it if you guys would actually ask me some questions down in the comment section down below. I'll just check out the comment section. Okay, so there are 0 comments, and I would love if you people start off asking them right now. So the kickoff show, the first hour was pretty much this interview based and promo based hour. We had a lot of interviews. Um, we were shown that Hello Black will be singing America the Beautiful, and all the matches, the 9 matches, promos were shown to us, and the match cards, and the panel just discussed all of this. And this was all for the first hour pre-show. Actually, I guess I wasted a lot of time watching it. However, I'm a WWE fan. I'm just going to do that in any way. I'm going to watch the pre-show, and the pre-show was actually not that much hypeful for because the first hour was available everywhere, I guess YouTube and everywhere, and also on the WWE network. But the second hour was exclusively available on the WWE network, nowhere else. So if you guys didn't watch it, that's your problem. However, I'll be just telling you what happened. So the first match to kick off the first hour pre-show that I've just talked about, there was nothing there. The second was the main pre-show that consisted of 2 matches. So the first one that I'm going to discuss is the WWE Tag Team Championship match. Now, WWE Tag Team Championship match had 4 teams. The team of Tyson Kidd and Cesaro, which were the champion. The Usos, Los Matadores, and one more. I don't remember. Okay, fine. However, so this was a good match actually. The kickoff show really didn't piss me off as much as I expected it to be. There were the starting Natalia puts El Torito in the sharpshooter, and it was kind of good, but it was kind of against the laws that when a female person can hit a male person, why can't a male person? But this is all of humanity purposes, and I don't think Natalia should have done that, hitting El Torito. At last, El Torito is a male human being, and this shouldn't have been done. This is what I thought was wrong here. However, awesome superplex by Cesaro, driving all the teams out from the top rope. This was amazing. This was actually amazing. And Cesaro is such a good entertainer. He's such an awesome person to fight with, and he's a guy. I'm telling you, he's the face. He's gonna be one day. He's gonna be the face of the WWE. His fighting skills, his everything skills, skills of him are pretty amazing. And watching him wrestling is a pleasure to me, pleasure to my eyes. However, and I personally love him. I personally love his wrestling skills and stuff. However, we're just gonna switch back to this match, and so this was normal. And a lot of fighting happened, and in the end, before the ending, I'm just gonna tell you that in the Usos, Jimmy Uso was actually eliminated. Not eliminated. He went out of this match because he was injured, and Jey Uso alone just fought a fucking awesome match. Like Jey Uso in the ending was almost gonna win, and then what happened was Cesaro put Jey Uso out of the ring. He threw him out. Cesaro pinned, and Cesaro and Kid retained. So the first matchup, which was the WWE Tag Team Championship matchup, Cesaro and Tyson Kidd retained the WWE Tag Team Championships. Then on the second hour of the pre-show itself, Lita answered questions that the fans asked her during the WWE Raw First Hour show, and those were pretty much it on Twitter. The people asked. So, however, okay, who just gonna see if we have any comments here. Okay, we don't have any comments. Why aren't you guys commenting on? I don't know. Just your wish. If you want to comment, you will comment, of course. However, going back to this thing, then it was this then came the I'll just wait on. And yeah, then was the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, actually. And this match started off pretty well, and the ending I actually loved it till Miss Dow was against Big Show, and I had a very gut feeling that Miss Dow was gonna win this thing. And actually, these guys just pissed me off that actually Miss Dow lost. As you can see, this is Big Show. The Big Show eliminated Miss Dow. Miss Dow left the Miz high and dry, and in the ending, we had Big Show defeating everyone, and Big Show won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. So actually, that was kind of that thing wasn't for me. I didn't actually like it. However, we're just gonna go through this thing now. This is gonna be this over. The second hour of the pre-show is also over. So we now kick off the main show, which is the 4-hour show, and the show kicks off with Aloe Black, who gave us the theme song of WWE Payback 2014, which was Ticking Bomb. If you guys remember it, it was quite a good song. I was a huge fan of him at that time, and no more right now. So Aloe Black sings America the Beautiful, and he performs actually pretty well. He was a good performer. He sung well, and however, people like Skylar Grey and Kidding, who came on in the later part of the show, didn't sing that well. As well, Aloe Black actually sung. So then we came up with the first match of the main show, which was the Intercontinental Championship match. Luke Harper versus Daniel Bryan versus Dean Ambrose versus R-Truth versus Stardust versus Bad News Barrett, who was the champion defending his championship, versus Ziggler. Now, this match pretty much had what I predicted, and this was interesting that starting off the WrestleMania, like WrestleMania 30 started, the main show of WrestleMania 30 started with Daniel Bryan's entrance, and same went on for WrestleMania 31. WrestleMania 31 main show started off with Daniel Bryan entering, and that is kind of stupid of me telling it to you, but however, I liked it. And the moment he came out first, oh my god, the crowd's reaction was friggin' awesome. They were on their knees, they were cheering, yes, yes, the yes chants were on, and they friggin' wanted Daniel Bryan to win. And a lot of action was there actually. I didn't expect it. I did expect a little bit of action, like R-Truth doing something special, Dean Ambrose, the crazy one, doing something special, Daniel Bryan. But however, all the seven contenders actually were pretty good in fighting each other. They put a lot of sensible action, and Dean Ambrose, during the match, beats up everyone. He jumps from the ladder on everyone, and that was amazing. He was on the ladder, he jumps, and there's everyone down below him, and everyone gets pissed off because they get beaten up almost by Dean Ambrose. Yeah, they do. Dean Ambrose jumps on them, and that is good. I actually like that thing gonna happen. And yeah, Dean Ambrose, he's the man. I'm telling you, he's the man. However, we just continue on to this matchup. And then what happened was there was a lot of fight. I'm telling you, physicality was the thing to be mentioned here, and it was awesome. The physicality, the athleticism, and awesome things. And athleticism was the key of the match. Yeah, I tweeted it on Twitter. If you follow me, go on follow me, and I'll just leave a link in the video. I'll just find where's that? I don't know. I don't know. However, we're just gonna continue up. And okay, athleticism, as I talked about. Then ladders broke. Literally, Bad News Barrett threw Dean Ambrose to a ladder, and what an awesome part of the match it was. One of the best, because it was like it. The WWE, you know, is scripted, and people call it fake or whatever they want to. But however, it looked really real. It looked like legit, and it looked quite kind of good for me. And Dean Ambrose was actually hurt at that time, and I've got many of more during the main show. I'll just tell you as I progress on. And ladders broke, bodies broke, everything broke, and it was freaking awesome. The action to kick off WrestleMania main show was well executed by the WWE. And Brian was on the top of the ladder. Everyone was down. R-Truth, Bad News Barrett. He fought with all of them. Everyone was down. And then he was gonna be winning. And then came Dolph Ziggler up. He fought with him. And it was around a 15 to 17-minute match. And guess what? It's WrestleMania time. Daniel Bryan defeated the other 6 or 7 competitors to win the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Daniel Bryan is the WWE Intercontinental Champion. I'm just gonna post a picture of him winning if I have one. No, I don't have one. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. However, we have Daniel Bryan. He's the new WWE Intercontinental Champion, and that is amazing. I actually wanted him to win. I predicted him winning the game, and he actually did so. Okay. However, moving on, is next match is Seth Rollins versus Randy Orton, and what I predicted was Rollins loses this match before the WrestleMania show. Rollins loses this match, and later on he cashes in. And that's exactly what happened. Exactly what I predicted. And Orton and let's just discuss this match. Let's just get into this match. Orton entered the ring and then did Seth Rollins, or it was the opposite. I don't know. So the match went on. The match was plain and simple. Then Randy Orton was, I don't know what he was feeling. 2 RKOs out of nowhere. First one, RKO out of nowhere, and then J&J security distracting Orton, and then Seth Rollins curb stomp to Randy Orton, then J&J security causing a lot of distraction for Orton again, and another RKO, and Orton wins it. This was an RKO out of nowhere. Many times, this was the fun, the action was amazing to see, but the match was pretty much a small match to give Randy Orton and Seth Rollins for their development. Like, Seth Rollins is the future of the WWE, and they needed to give him at least 4 to 5 more minutes. However, this was a good match, and next match was Sting versus Triple H. I didn't expect that. I literally expected this match to be later on in the show, and this actually was a good thing. That Sting versus Triple H was a match that happened pretty early into, if you want to compare it. However, Sting versus Triple H was my expectations from this matchup were pretty good. I thought this is gonna be awesome and stuff, but he many people just made the shit out of this match, and those were DX and NW. I'll just tell you what happened, what exactly happened here. So yeah, we kick off as I told you. Triple H and Sting had awesome entrances. Sting had a normal band playing his starting tune, and then his music hit. He came down to the ring, and as I told you, Triple H had a Terminator entrance, and the entrance was pretty good. It was like a tribute to Arnold Schwarzenegger, who was in the Hall of Fame class of 2015. And the entrance was good. Triple H looked good, and then came to the ring. They fought a little bit, and then comes out DX. DX comes out. That is D Generation X. They support Triple H. They was almost gonna beat Sting, and then comes out the New World Order, NWO, and the scores are level, no hitting of each other. And then what we saw basically was DX versus the NWO. These guys fought each other, and Sting was about to win the match. At least what I think. He was about to win the match, and Shawn Michaels, HBK, guess what? He entered, he super kicked Sting, and the fun of the match was destroyed. Actually, I did tolerate it until DX and NWO came in, and then there was a partiality. There was Shawn Michaels entering the game, and he actually interrupted. He hit Sting. However, Triple H covered Sting, and Sting kicked out. And then DX, after Triple H got up after the pinfall, DX gives Triple H the sledgehammer, and Kevin Nash gives the bat to Sting, and this makes the scores level. And then they get into a stare down, and then Sting strikes Triple H's sledgehammer, and the sledgehammer breaks into two parts. And this was awesome. I actually liked it. I thought that Triple H was either gonna hit him, and later on the match he hit him. Triple H, after a little bit of action, he got up. He took the smaller half of this, which had the metal part of the hammer. He hit it on Sting, and he covered, and he wins. Now, the best part of this match was actually what I thought was that Triple H was gonna again taunt up Sting and stuff. But the best part, a WrestleMania moment. Now, just gonna first of all tell you that this WrestleMania had a lot of WrestleMania moments. I didn't expect this WrestleMania to be this good, but however, it turned out to be good. The WWE creatives did something awesome in the main event, and I'm gonna discuss in the ending. So the best part was the WrestleMania moment that I thought that they shake hands. Actually, Triple H offered Sting to shake his hand, and Sting, without showing any ego, without doing anything like insulting Triple H, he actually shaked hands with Triple H, and this is what you call true sportsmanship. And this was awesome. This was good. They actually did not destroy the rivalry, and I guess the rivalry is over. But what I didn't like was the WWE brought someone who came into the WWE for the first time after 14 years, and the problem is that they made him lose. However, this turned out to be good. I didn't really like hate it, but however, this turned out to be good. Next, we had performances by Skylar Grey and Kidding. As I told you before, they didn't perform as per my expectations. They were their voices were not up to the mark, and I guess they sucked. However, next we had AJ Lee versus Bella Twins. AJ Lee and Paige versus Bella Twins, and WrestleMania is very bad in daylight. We like the entrances of The Undertaker, Triple H, Sting, Bray Wyatt, and also other superstars can only be performed in the I mean in dark. And this time WrestleMania, stadium was open from the upside, and it began around 2 p.m. according to California's time. And there was a lot of daylight, and it actually destroyed the entrances. So next was AJ Lee versus Bella, AJ Lee and Paige versus Bella Twins. And I actually would like to say that these divas actually managed to get a heck of a match. And AJ and Paige were aggressive, and it was amazing how these divas got through this match. And yes, as expected, AJ and Paige defeated the Bella Twins, and what a sweet team they make a good and they make a good team. And I didn't really expect that match to be like that interesting. The Divas actually saved the Divas division, and I hope to see more WrestleMania good matches because, of course, the creative team would expect the Divas to do something good in their only matches. Like the only match they get is one match, and they actually managed to handle this situation really well. And next, we were presented the Hall of Fame class of 2015. I'll just quickly go through the members who were inducted into the Hall of Fame class of 2015. Rikishi, Larry Zbyszko, Ellen Duda, Blaze. Oh, sorry, Alenda Blaze. I'm sorry for pronouncing the name wrong. Warrior Award winner was Connor the Crusher Michelik. The Bushwhackers, Tatsumi Fujinami, and Lanny Poffo on behalf of Macho Man Randy Savage. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Terminator, as we know him, Kevin Nash, and these legends, I must say, have all the respect in my heart for them. These awesome people, thanks for making the WWE a better place. Inspiration to a generation. Next, we have Rusev versus Cena. Dope entrance by Rusev, I must say. Now, dope is something like I can't explain it. However, the army officers, I guess they were the army officers. They were dressed up like funny people. I was laughing in Rusev's entrance, however, and they were holding Russia's flag, the pretty big sized Russia's flag, on 10 to 12 members of Russian Federation, I should say, on their heads, and it was okay. So we need a Cena entrance, like a good Cena entrance, because he's from the United States and he's battling it for the United States Championship. And actually, we saw a promo of the superiority of the United States, how superior United States is, that Facebook, Twitter, and stuff is made in the United States. However, we saw these things up, and Cena and Rusev, when the match started, had a good match actually, and didn't expect that. What I thought was that Cena was gonna actually um um bury Rusev into this match, but it was actually both of these guys competing against each other. And what happened was Lana was hurt after the match because not after the match, actually during the match, because Rusev was charging on Cena. Cena escaped, and Rusev actually pushed Lana like anything. And Lana, I guess she had her ankle twisted, and then what happened was Triple H and Stephanie McMahon came before that onto the Rusev versus Cena match. Um, Cena defeated Rusev and became the new WWE United States Championship. Then came Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, and they talked about that they own the people who are back in the locker room. They own all the WWE superstars in the locker room. They own the crowd. They own everyone who are related to the WWE. And then interfered who guess who it was? The Rock. The Rock's music, and he comes down, he says, you better um get out of this thing that you own me. You cannot own me ever. And then he actually got into some words with Stephanie McMahon. And Stephanie McMahon, this is the part that I hated, slapped such a legendary person. She slapped Rock, and then Rock was like, he was in shock. Stephanie asked The Rock to actually quit the ring, to get out of the ring, and The Rock got out. He went on the sides, and guess what? Who we see? We see Ronda Rousey of the UFC. She is the UFC champion. I don't know what she was doing in the WWE arena. She comes down. They come into the ring, um, uh, and then they have a big stare down again. Ronda Rousey and The Rock have a big stare down with Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. I mean, this was the best part they could have had in the Authority segment. And I guess you guys should take a look at all that footage. That was pretty amazing. And The Rock said to Triple H that you have had enough, and now this is my time. He left the mic. He came on hitting Triple H, and Triple H trying to kind of escaped. He tried to, but Ronda Rousey, guess what? She flipped Triple H, and Triple H went out of the ring, and then she caught Stephanie McMahon. She twisted Stephanie McMahon's arm. However, she wanted to put her in the armbar that has broken many people's arm, but she couldn't do it because she's not a member of the WWE. She's a UFC uh, person, and she cannot do it. I guess there have been some legal actions against her. However, whatever has happened, I'll just be updating you with all of that. And I guess you guys should take a look at the footage. Rockets Triple H, as I told you. And who, if you don't know who Ronda Rousey is, I actually told you before. She's the UFC Women's Champion, and she's a beast you have in a woman. She is like a really powerful girl if you want to wrestle with him. Stephanie McMahon said that I know my limits, and if I was standing in the octagon, I wouldn't have dared to actually mess with Ronda Rousey because I know that she's a fucking beast. This was it, and next was The Undertaker versus Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt had a pretty normal entrance, and whoa, what a match it was. And first of all, what I would like to tell that I didn't expect The Undertaker to come. I thought the WWE is gonna make some excuse. The Undertaker is not gonna come up. He's not gonna show up, but he showed up. And what actually happened? The Undertaker showed up, and he was looking actually kind of aged. He just recently turned 50, and the announcer said that he was looking in a better shape than he looked at WrestleMania 30. But what I say is that WrestleMania 30, he looked way better than he was looking in this WrestleMania 31. And again, shouting out to the guys watching this live stream. There are 3 watching this right now. You just get a comment. You can ask me anything you want to. I'll probably answer to all the things that I can hopefully answer. And this was it pretty much. And The Undertaker versus Bray Wyatt, like it was one awesome match actually. And whoa, what a match! Taker fought an awesome match, and what I wanted to tell you guys, what I think during the match happened was Taker was actually exhausted. He was like in a state that I cannot wrestle anymore here, and he signaled Wyatt like shaking his head, and it is over. He shaked his head and like it is over, like saying a no more. He shaked his head like he said a no to Bray Wyatt, and Bray Wyatt said he shook his head, and that actually meant to me that Bray Wyatt understood what Undertaker said. And 2 minutes later, the Undertaker defeated Bray Wyatt. And actually, what I thought was these guys were signaling that the Undertaker couldn't fight it anymore. Was actually that happened, and whatever happened, this was pretty good. And what I think is Undertaker is retiring tomorrow on Raw because he cannot fight anymore. He was not in a state to fight. And then came the main event. Oh my God. Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Brock Lesnar's entrance, as always, awesome entrance, coming down to the ring, walking down the aisle with another beast, Paul Heyman. And what a match it was. Like, Roman Reigns was dominated, not domin. He didn't dominate. I said he was dominated over by Brock Lesnar, like in 80% of the match. But Roman Reigns managed to get Brock Lesnar's cheek, the left side of his cheek cut up, the bottom side of his lips cut up, and his head. Actually, Brock Lesnar was gonna throw Roman Reigns into the steel pillars, and Roman Reigns countered and he hit Brock Lesnar, and Brock Lesnar's head burst off open. And that was pretty much the moment after which Brock Lesnar wasn't able to get up. Brock Lesnar was all down after that, and there were no expectations that Brock Lesnar would even get up or get something into this match. And this was pretty much it. Brock Lesnar was exhausted. Brock Lesnar was, I guess, he was not even able to do anything. And Brock Lesnar, and still he F5'd Roman Reigns twice, in fact, and twice Roman Reigns kicked out of desperation. Then Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar were both down, and then that wasn't expected at all. I expected Seth Rollins to actually cash in his Money in the Bank contract, but the way he did it, the mastermindship that he showed, oh my God, I have a salute to that man right there. That man is a fucking expert, and what he did was friggin' awesome. I mean, he was really, really, really awesome in catching it. His music hit, and really, I had goosebumps on my everywhere. And he entered. He cashed in his Money in the Bank contract. Roman Reigns, he hit Brock Lesnar with a curb stomp. Brock Lesnar got up somehow and took him up for an F5, and Roman Reigns from behind speared Brock Lesnar, and then Rollins curb stomped Roman Reigns, and he pinned. And when he pinned, 1, 2, 3, ding, ding, ding. Actually, when the third pinfall counted, I was out of my bed shouting like anything. I was like, "What the fuck? What the hell just happened?" Seth Rollins is the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Within some seconds, Seth Rollins left the ring with the WWE World Heavyweight Championship so that no one, not even Brock Lesnar, could even interfere in his celebrations. This was WWE WrestleMania, and I don't know how much time I took, around 45 minutes or some 35 minutes, I don't know. I took to cover this thing, and I'm just gonna quickly show you all of the images that I got up onto this. This is the AJ Lee and Paige winning image, and then we have Triple H and Sting shaking hands image, and then we have the. I'll just show you how Undertaker actually looked. Here is the Undertaker image here. He looks quite old, and he was in his American Badass Undertaker's um costume. And then we had this, The Rock and Ronda Rousey against Triple H and Stephanie McMahon standing tall. This is the Undertaker's entrance, and Big Show winning. I just showed you. This is Undertaker's entrance once again. Pretty amazing. No, this is the set of WrestleMania. I'm sorry for that. This is Seth Rollins going on to the aisle and showing off his WWE newly won WWE World Heavyweight Championship. This is Randy Orton after his victory against Seth Rollins. This is The Rock finding Ronda Rousey into the crowd, and this was also pretty good if you could actually manage to get that. And I hope you guys should see. I advise you to see WWE WrestleMania 31. It was pretty amazing. So this was all, guys. This was the official WWE WrestleMania 31 review. I hope you guys actually liked this one. I did my best to make it special for you. And if you did, please leave a like to me into the description and subscribe for more WWE videos. I'll be covering the Raw happening today itself, for the Go Home show. I mean, the post WrestleMania show, covering all of it, the WWE Raw preview, review, and I hopefully will be live streaming the review once again. And thank you everyone for watching. A huge shout out to everyone who watched. And this was pretty much it. Thank you for watching, and I'll end it right here. Once again, thanks for being with me right here on the Wrestling Guys YouTube channel. Subscribe, like, comment, and I'll talk to you in the next one.